This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is.
We are a visual species, so having things in context makes a big difference. My name's Tom Grubb, and I lead a team that's developing augmented reality and virtual reality applications for NASA's missions to help scientists and engineers do their job better. For training, AR is amazing. You see what's around you, but the computer overlays graphics on top of what you're seeing. The bulk of our work is with virtual reality. We can actually put you inside it. It's very intuitive. This is how I would hold this tool. The scientists, they go out to field sites. We said, hey, with virtual reality, we can take you back out to that site and you can do your science here. It's not going to replace everything. It's another tool in our toolbox. Can you actually fit the part in? People didn't say it, but you almost got the feeling like this is too cool and too fun to actually be work. It is, but you enjoy your work a lot more.
Green screens. We use them for everything from live broadcasts to movies. This technology allows for one image to be superimposed over another, and then they're brought together in one seamless shot. When it comes to live television, however, green screens can sometimes cause problems.
Hey guys, Tim's on. Hey Tim, yeah, right here. The ESA and NASA can't seem to convincingly fake space. All the billions stolen from the American and European people cannot seem to produce anything that seems realistic. Are you just test piloting systems and have yet to find a way that is foolproof that would convince the American and European people that you're actually in space?
Everything we do up here, it's cutting edge technology. We're developing new systems, we're using new materials, we're coming up with new techniques. And in order to improve and to move forward, it's good to have that kind of test pilot mentality.
Tim, watching some of your clips though on the ISS, you seem to be pretty horrible at deceiving people. Are you doing anything to correct that situation?
Practice makes perfect. Give me another week.
Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
We'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
Open your mind.
and it's just video game technology. Now, if you're part of the Geek Squad or the techie crowd, well, then you already know about this technology. And so let's get to the video that caught my attention, and you will see the same things that I saw. Let's watch.
We have to introduce the concept of free fall. So let's use this model of the Earth. And let's enlist the help of a friend. Pax,
Open your
you might know
mind.
her.
Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
So what is significant about this video is, number one, it was live to school children. Number two, we have this stuffed animal that is transitioning in on another video channel. And the actor is able to reach up and grab this doll in real 3D space and manipulate this doll with their hands. And so the only way you're going to pull that off is with one technology. And that technology is virtual reality. More importantly, though, something called augmented virtual reality. Now, before 2012, NASA used masking techniques much like we do in Photoshop and After Effects. But now we're able to simulate water and objects live in real 3D space. So we're able to take models of things that are photorealistic and rotate and move them while we are going live. Before, we used to have to render these effects frame by frame by frame, and it took extremely long amounts of time. In this video here I made last year, I'm using Sony Vegas, and I was just playing around with the masking capabilities of Sony Vegas. I don't even know why I saved this video, but here I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm just lifting up this trash can to make it kind of look like it's floating. And I didn't do a lot of work on this. It was just something I wanted to see real quick. But that is a masking effect to get another effect. We now have the technology to simulate water, materials, fabrics live in real 3D space with virtual reality, but better yet, augmented virtual reality. And all augmented virtual reality is taking the objects in 3D space from a virtual reality world and putting them in our world on another screen, which we can see, manipulate, and touch with virtual reality contacts or glasses. In this next segment, I'm going to show you how NASA grabs objects in 3D space, rotates them around, manipulates them. They can do this with water, with cloth, anything. And the cool thing about it is we can take what they're doing, what they're seeing with their contact virtual reality augmented lenses, and put that on a separate video layer live. Yes, live, and do it all in real time. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to them as they're grabbing objects and manipulating them. And then I'm going to show you Microsoft's HoloSense video, their demonstration at E3 a couple years ago, of bringing a virtual reality into our world. And it is simply amazing. Let's watch.
Open your mind. Open your mind.
Specifically, how HoloLens can turn every room of your house into a personalized video game level. But today, we want to take mixed reality one step further. So we've got something new to show you. Holograms you can hold. This holographic gauntlet is the weapon that Dan will be using while playing Project X-Ray. You'll notice that as he moves his arm, the hologram moves as well. This is a wearable hologram. And when you combine technology like this with the environment understanding of HoloLens, you can do some pretty spectacular things. Dan can even use his shield to defend himself. Nicely done. Looks like that's all of them.
In 2012, NASA got tired of faking weightlessness by using the zero-G plane, better known as the vomit comet. So in 2012, they started soliciting companies that specialize in real-time augmented virtual reality so that they can fake weightlessness and floating objects in the air in real time. Simply the cost of the plane and the safety concerns and the fact that they weren't very good at it. They didn't go to Hollywood, which most of Hollywood's effects are post-processing. That's after the video is made. They needed something they can do in real time and make it look realistic. And so I'll put this link in the description. They found a company called Telemetrics. Thank you, Debbie Durant, for bringing this to my attention. After I researched this, lo and behold, I found out our government has a contract with these people. And Telemetrics, basically what they do is they help news teams and they bring broadcasts together in real time, and they're able to create sets, cities, anything you want in a virtual reality world and make it look absolutely 100% real. They're also able to bring different people from around the world, put them in the same room and broadcast live, give them desks, whatever they need to make the broadcast. So it's a pretty amazing company. Here we see Johnson Space Center Telemetrics provided latest camera robotics technology at NASA's government television at Mission Control. Why do you need to fake virtual reality sets at Mission Control and Johnson Space Center? I think we know the answer to that when we saw Tim Peake on the gridded blue screen. So this next segment, I'm going to show you what it looks like when virtual reality being broadcast live doesn't work out so well because the system's not perfect. And then at the very end, I'm going to show you the mother of all screw-ups when they actually have a channel shut off that should be on. Because once again, these astronauts are looking in 3D space. They are grabbing objects because they're wearing augmented contact lenses. And if that object's not there broadcast to the viewers live, then it's going to look pretty ridiculous. So let's see some of NASA's screw-ups. I'll cover them as they happen, and then we'll move on to the final. Okay, so this is one of NASA's older videos where they use post-processing and masks. This is a video layer mask in augmented virtual reality. We're going to see him lose his finger here. The watch glitches out. So I guess virtual reality accidents can cause loss of fingers. In this next video, we have Caddy. Now I want you to pay attention to her neck and the way her neckline goes into her shirt. It's cut off. And the necklace. Apparently they wanted to show how cool this necklace looked. Unfortunately, it's not perfect. The necklace goes in and out of her shirt unnaturally, and her neck glitches in several places. I literally spent hours going after probably 30 or 40 videos, probably had approximately 45 minutes straight of NASA messing up the virtual reality setup. I tried to pick some clips that were obvious and some not so obvious. Show you some of the contacts. We're going to see Tim Peake with his contacts in, but these are virtual reality contacts overlaid on the eyes so actors can interact with things in 3D space, all in real time. In this next shot, we will get to see the whole arm setup and the virtual reality glove that covers all the way down the arm and hand. This allows the software to broadcast what we see video-wise as his arm in a shirt sleeve. Okay, I have a lot of Tim Peake screw-ups, but this one here, the system glitches. The software does not track his hand properly, and Tim slips his hand underneath his other fingers, which is tightly holding onto the mic, which would be impossible. I don't think this is Tim's fault. Normally, Tim always moves his other fingers up while he slides his hand under. I just think the system didn't respond to his movements here. This picture here is actually Tim's fault. His hand breaches the 3D mic floating in front of him. In this next clip, we're going to see Tim's arms glitch out as he's manipulating a 3D bubble. Now, this bubble can be done in real time now. We have the technology to do that, which I showed you at the beginning of this. And this bubble is environmentally lit, or HDRI lit, by its environment, which means the bubble can take up its reflections and refractions as it moves around in 3D space in Tim's augmented reality. Once again, augmented VR just means bringing the 3D objects into our world on a separate monitor. In this last clip, we're going to see NASA royally screw up. It's a live broadcast, and one of their video channels is off, not working. That's the channel that is supposed to show us, the public, what the astronauts are seeing in virtual reality. Also, the channel shut off is the masking for the guy on the wires in the background. You can't make this stuff up. Just watch. We all know NASA uses wires, and sometimes we'll catch them like this here. The guy pulled on his wire. However, some days when you're filming live, things just don't work out, and it becomes so blatantly obvious, it's ridiculous. So, in this clip, they're talking, live feed, and wouldn't you know, we have a astronaut go by us in the background, obviously trying to give it a more realistic, spacey, station busy effect. The only problem is the camera that was supposed to mask this harness out, or the video feed, is not working. And so we see the guy come flying along in a harness on his wires. Pretty amazing. But that's not all that goes wrong here.
Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
Okay, so you see to the right, this guy's flipping this hat. This hat's actually on another video channel in 3D space. It's virtual reality. They're wearing augmented contact lenses so that they can interact with these 3D objects. Now, in this scene, the guy on the left in the green shirt, he thinks he sees an object in 3D space that's being broadcast to him. So he grabs it and he puts it off to the side. He's looking straight ahead because he's looking at an object rotating in front of him, but the video channel is down that is supposed to show the viewers what we're supposed to see, and so we don't actually get to see the object that he is seeing. And I would just sum this up as a very terrible, bad, horrible day for NASA doing live feeds. Hey, Tim, you still there? Yeah. Can you explain to us what this astronaut's going through as he sees something with his eyes in 3D space, but it's not actually there being broadcast to the public? What's going through this astronaut's mind?
This system is sending signals to the brain that doesn't really match your eyes, and so your brain's trying to work out the two differences.
Here's the thing. As much fun as this was, there is a time coming when you and I will not be able to tell the difference, and space has not changed. Technology to fake space has gotten better. Just because Adobe gets a massive update to Photoshop or After Effects, or there's a massive update at telemetrics in their virtual reality, augmented virtual reality programming, that does not advance us magically 20 years in space. Space has not changed. It's flat. It's above us. It's dimensional, and we cannot orbit Earth. You have been warned. This is very serious stuff, and if you do not get it now, you won't get it later, because later you won't know the difference. This is Mike. God bless everybody. Please like and please subscribe.
Open your mind.
Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Open your mind. Open your mind.
Houston, this is Station. We are ready for the event.
Son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?
Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. We'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
to all of you.
When it comes to live television, however, green screens can sometimes cause problems.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
Open your mind.
So, on January 3rd, 2018, there was a major malfunction on what's called the International Space Station. In a video on NASA's YouTube channel called Space Station Crew Members Discuss Life in Space with the Media, the three astronauts, all disappear simultaneously while the background layer of the ISS remains intact.
Thank you very much again. Thank you for your time. Have a good flight and many more exciting experiments on the orbit. Thanks a lot.
Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event.
When you look at this, and the actors, they are the only things that mess up. Watch closely.
Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
This is a big deal because it means without any doubt whatsoever that there was live editing and video manipulation. Not only would the background get scrambled as well, but these guys wouldn't all disappear at the same time. So check that one out on NASA's channel. I'll leave a link in the description.
So NASA does a lot of events, and allegedly they receive science experiments onto the space station where they are all performed in zero gravity. Various schools all over the world send in their best experiments. So these are schools like kindergarten, elementary, junior high, high school, and colleges and universities. So this young lady had her experiment, which is a little round metal track with a ball to show gravity. And something this simple would have been very easy for Tim to stand there and put the ball in the track and push the ball and show everyone how the ball just goes around and around. But instead of doing that, the experiment was pre-recorded, and I'm not even clear if it was actually played at the event or not where these young people showed up. But it was definitely recorded, and maybe the reason they didn't want to show it is because there are a lot of problems, mostly with the green screen.
Demonstrate physics here on Earth, and it's a track and a ball. Just show us what actually happens there. And gravity is really just pulling that ball back down. Now, Tim has actually done the same experiment. You've got the video of you demonstrating what happens when you're in microgravity with exactly the same kit. We don't seem to have a video, unfortunately, but the ball the ball does continue all the way around. Just explain, Tim, what's happening. But we've got the video of you demonstrating what happens when you're in microgravity with exactly the same kit. We don't seem to have a video, unfortunately, but the ball seem to have a video, unfortunately, but the ball can...
Open your mind. Open your mind.
And obviously he can't do the experiment right in front of them because you're faking this. Watch his hand. That's impossible. It's a solid circular object. There's no opening in it. What he should have done is taken his right hand and moved it straight out towards the wall and down. But he's kind of gotten lost where the object is, and he ends up putting his hand too forward, and he's cut right into the object. Do you see the circles? That is the green screen showing up right through his hand. because that little gadget is made with little rows of metal that's like in between the rows of the metal, showing through his hand. This is all impossible, guys.
Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
And here we go again. His hand is supposed to be behind that, not in front of it. Okay? You do see this, right? I know that there are going to be people that tell me that I'm wrong. Look at that. His hand is passing right through it because it's not there. And how funny that they actually used a gridded green screen to do the experiment. So, it's just so funny. But I'm going to get people that are going to tell me that I'm crazy and that I need to not breed.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. We'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
And right through it goes. People didn't notice it because it was going relatively fast. And anyone that knows how I do my videos, I study footage for hours. And I noticed something unusual in this footage. And here it was.
Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
Hand going right through it. Look at the palm of the hand. You can see the metal. Look at the holes in the hand. That's the green screen. I just have a filter on here to darken the background. This is green screen, people. This is not real. Even looking at that metal thing when you look at it. Look how it's going behind the grid. Do you see that? It's going behind the grid.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. We'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
This is trickery. This is an illusion. Have you ever watched Chris Angel? He can make an elephant disappear and bring it back. Has anyone ever watched Zachary King? You would be amazed what he can do with special effects on the various computer programs that he uses. Look him up, Zach King. Mind-blowing. So this is nothing compared to what he can do. Yet you're always, it's impossible. How could they do this? They're doing it right now. Do you see that? This is what they're doing. Haters always say, but they're floating. How could they have harnesses? They don't have harnesses that can do this. I hear all kinds of reasoning from people who they're just not looking at this objectively because you really want to believe it's real. And I bet there are going to be people on this video that are going to tell me that I'm wrong, that this is real. I could have an astronaut make a full confession and you wouldn't believe him. It's really sad. You love space that much. Well, like I say in some of my videos, some people are just not meant to see this. Maybe you're one of them. And if that's true, please don't come back to my channel. I don't want to hear your rants. I don't want to read your threats. It's pointless.
The most surprising to you? I think it's really interesting because, of course, many of the questions that Tim gets are, how do you go to the toilet and things like that. But it's really, really great to hear about that side of things, because you don't often hear about all the experiments that he does. So it's great to hear the technical and science questions.
And that's actually really the point of him being there, isn't it?
And also there's a huge educational side. So I know one of the experiments that was demonstrated there with the ball going around in the thing, that was all to do with education. So So filming these videos for students here in the UK to be shown so they can understand the physics.
Yeah, that ball spinning sort of didn't look real to me.
No, it didn't. It's the first time we've seen footage of it as well.
Yeah, that ball spinning round, Lewis, that was interesting, wasn't it? Because it sort of didn't look real to me.
No, it didn't. It's the first time we've seen footage of it as well.
Sort of didn't look real to me.
No, it didn't. It's the first time we've seen footage of it as well.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
I definitely haven't mastered it. I'll give you a trial and I'll show you just how bad it is. Practice makes perfect. Give me another week.
This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is.